Stacey and Chase Boo.
It's hot. Tick. It's a Thursday. Tick. But we do come bearing some news.
Yeah, lots happening around South Africa. Some developments in terms of the national minimum wage here in Mzansi. We're going to talk about that now.
Yeah, so the national minimum wage has officially gone up for 2026. And for domestic workers in particular, that increase could mean a bit more breathing room. But for households, it may mean reworking the monthly budget. Now, the Department of Employment and Labour has announced, in essence, a 5% increase, moving the hourly rate, and this is upsetting, moving the hourly rate from 28 Rand 79 to 30 Rand 23. So on paper, you're like, yay, increase, 5%, let's go. But obviously on the ground, think about what you're going to be able to get with that amount of money and what you're doing to get that money. That's a more complicated situation there.
Yeah, just think about it. You're getting paid 30.23 cents, 30 Rand 23 cents per hour. And that's how you must make a living.
And that's the increased amount in 2026.
So Stacey, we were having a conversation about this, and I like the way that you break it down, right? You answer the following questions very nicely. Like, what does it actually mean in real money? And if you employ a domestic worker full-time, what should you be paying them legally? Stacey, you can chime in there.
Okay, so this is a lot of maths. Everybody, pay attention. Calculators. For a standard 45-hour week, you are looking at just over 1,260 Rand a week. So close to 5,900 Rand a month. And even for households using a more common 160-hour per month situation, the minimum jumps to about 4,834 Rand. And that's not optional. That's not optional, that's maths. The law also says you must pay for at least 4 hours a day, even if the person has worked less. And I want that to sit with everybody for a second, because yes, it is the law, but also it is the human element here, and we should just be doing the right thing anyway.
But in South Africa,
people will find a loophole.
People will find a loophole, and people don't care about the human element. Bearing in mind that these are human beings that have to take care of their families. So I'm going to come forward with the uncomfortable part, because we know we live in Mzansi and it happens. So are domestic workers actually getting paid this amount? Or is it another case of saying, the law is saying one thing, but in reality another thing is actually taking place?
Okay, so this is now unfortunately where things become a little bit grey and a little bit grainy, right? So Stats SA data suggests that many domestic workers are earning closer to 2,300 Rand a month. Less than half of the legal minimum. Some surveys show better pay on platforms like a Sweep South, but outside of that, many workers are obviously not getting compensated fairly, or at all, actually. Additionally, we've also been having these conversations here on Newswatch team, following the story quite closely, because clearly if you are a domestic worker in this country and you are presented with this 5% increase that equates to just over $30, is it actually going to make a difference? These people are domestic workers are like, no, clearly not. Have a listen.
I am a former domestic worker, so it's a space that I really want to live looking better. So there's still a huge gap, and the cost of living is rising every day. We are experiencing influxes of domestic workers coming through to us to complain about the salaries that they are getting vis-a-vis the work they are doing and they are performing within household vis-a-vis the current cost of living. But any type of increase, I think, is very much welcomed. It will impact in some type of way positively towards the lives of domestic workers and their families. Hence, at the beginning, I said we do welcome this particular increase. Of course, we feel like we would have looked at 6 to 8%. So there would be some kind of difference in regards to their everyday lives.
Yeah, okay. So if you're listening right now, whether you employ someone to assist you around the house or you are a domestic worker, this affects you directly. The question is, does the increase, land and make life better? Or will it actually be honored by the people who use these services?
Yeah, so listen, that's the conversation. That's something that you need to come right with. Everyone take a look in the mirror and decide what kind of person you are. So a wage increase on paper obviously doesn't always necessarily translate to someone's dignity. The human element must always be present, right? If you would like to read the full story, you want to weigh in as well, go to ecr.co.za, click on shows, and then click on Stacey and Jay Spoo.
Stacey and Jay Spoo, East Coast Radio.